A very good evening to all of you. I hope this evening keeps the clear gloom of your goal. Today is a truly special evening as we gather here to honor and welcome three exceptional individuals who have not only made our institution proud but have also carved their names in the annals of technological innovation and excellence. We are thrilled to extend a warm welcome to Rishikesh Kale, Atharva Palival, and Ayush Shetty, esteemed alumni of our college and luminaries in the field of blockchain technology. Their journey from our very own classrooms to becoming globally recognized leaders in their respective domains is an inspiring tale that speaks volumes about their dedication, innovation, and relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let's take a moment to acknowledge their remarkable accomplishments. Rishikesh Kale, our first guest, a name synonymous with blockchain brilliance. An alumni of our institution, Rishikesh's journey has been nothing short of awe inspiring. From his days as a student here to his current role as a blockchain developer at T Systems, he has shown us that with perseverance and vision, one can achieve the unimaginable. His numerous victories, including 11x Global Web3 Hackathon wins and the honor of being a file, Filecoin builder, exemplify his technical and creative thinking. His dedication to mentorship has uplifted countless projects, solidifying his role as a guiding light in the blockchain community. We welcome you, sir. Atharv Palival, our next guest, a true embodiment of innovation and dedication. An alumni of our institution, Atharv's journey from student to blockchain developer at Persistent Systems is a testament to his unyielding passion for technology. With 5x Global Web3 Hackathon wins under his belt, including prestigious national level events, he has showcased his talent on a global stage. As a Polygon advocate and mentor, he continues to empower the next generation of blockchain enthusiasts with his knowledge and experience. We welcome you, sir. Ayush Shetty, our next guest, a force to be reckoned with in the world of blockchain. As the founder and president of our own blockchain chapter, Ayush has not only showcased exceptional leadership skills but has also been an inspiration for countless students. His achievements, including 5x Global Web3 Hackathon wins, highlight his commitment to excellence. His initiatives, such as ETH for All, have widened the horizons of blockchain awareness and education. We welcome you, sir, as well. Let us use this evening as an opportunity to learn from their experiences, to be inspired by their achievements, and to connect with them as we continue to nurture the spirit of technological advancement and innovation within our college. So let's just begin with the questions arising from many of the innovators and creative minds out there. Our first question for the evening would be: could you please briefly explain what the SIH is?
Okay, maybe I'll take this up. Most of the audience here must be knowing what SH is. So HS is one of the most glorified hackathon, which is organized by the government of India itself. Like almost every year. It got delayed this year, but yeah. Uh, it's like most of the students all over from India. Like you would be competing with all the IITs and ITs, Tier 3 colleges, Tier 2 colleges, and multiple colleges, and you would get to not just go and represent your college, your teams there, build your projects there, but also you would get to know about the cultures which is happening all around the India, and that's what separates SH from rest of the hackathons, I would say. So as we progress further, like we would be knowing more about like what's the general flow of this hackathon, what do we exactly need to do. Maybe some of you might have heard or maybe going to participate in the hackathon for the first time. So it's going to be like an absolute fun, and we will get to know more about it as we go further into this session.
Next question for the evening would be: who all can participate? Like students, Eligibility criteria for them or team composition, how should they form while participating in the most big fat Indian hackathon SIH?
I think Ayush, you can take this.
Yeah, Atharva sir, you can take this question.
Okay. So I think the team composition is of 6 people, and I think 2 girls are necessary in your team. I'm not actually sure about 2 girls, but I think 1 or 2 girls is required in your team. That's mandatory. And the eligibility criteria is that you should be a college student. I think till final year, those who are in final year as of now can participate, and they can form the team with any of the guys. This is not a mandatory that fourth year student should form a team with fourth year student only. You can have a team of 6 people, and they can vary from first year to fourth year, any of them. But I think there is a compulsion on the girls count in the group, that is mandatorily 1 or 2 that you need to confirm once. And yeah, this is all. That is the prerequisites for the hackathon.
Yeah,
Great.
also,
Yeah.
yeah, also, but the more the girls, more the chance of winning the prize.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
actually,
generally happens when there is a tie. Okay, so if
yeah,
there is a tie between 2 teams, so they generally see the girls count. Whichever group has the more girls count, that team goes on to win the hackathon. So that's a very rare occasion, but yeah, uh, you should
yeah.
consider that.
This point is mentioned. This point is mentioned in the instructions of SIH that
Hmm.
if this, yeah,
So the next question would be, what are the different tracks or categories in SIH? Like, is there any software edition or hardware edition or something like that?
Yeah, like there are like a couple of tracks we got here. The first one is for the ones who come from the coding background, as well as like who are more indulged into software activities, and not leaving behind the ones who are like quite good at hardware. Because like if you have seen the history, like India is like building like couple of like good things in the hardware stuff. Like we are having like giving some tough competition to Intel chips, as well as like multiple activities are going on there. Even like we have like produced good stuff in the electronics background as well. So if you're coming somewhere from electronics background and you just want to go ahead build something on top of it, so you have got hardware track for it, or else you can always go for the regular software tracks. And like the themes would be like just like the latest technologies which are revolving around. Maybe it can be artificial intelligence, it can be machine learning, cyber security, a blockchain, web3, and all those technologies. You can also you don't need to always think of like technology. It's just like you need to make it easy for the user. It can be any technology, is any problem statement, how that particular problem statement can be solved. Like the SH would be releasing some set of problem statements for their own. Because like apart from the governments, there would be also some private institutes who would be stating down their problem statements, and you need to solve them, how you would be able to solve them. So there would be like some good problem statements which would be given to you, and you need to just solve that.
The very next question then would be, how are the problem statements selected? Like, what should the student think and select that this would be the most promising problem statement for him or her to win the hackathon?
Okay, so that would depend totally on the how much the person knows, like, or the person's team knows. So that would vary. So like if I talk about first year students or second year students, those who are there, they may be not aware of the technologies in depth or the development part in that depth. Okay, so that might happen that when they're selecting the problem statement, so they need to be sure and make a decision on one technology that they are going to plan and build the solution for that technology. So it should not happen that they're selecting a blockchain solution and they're mixing. some data science in it and they are not totally using blockchain. So that should not happen. So first thing while selecting the problem statement should be that you are aware and sure about one technology. The development part can vary. You should not think about the development part that much when you're selecting the problem statement, because you get some time in the time to finale and the internals. So there is around a gap of 2 to 3 months. So in that period of time, you can work on your development skills and build the solution. But when you are selecting the problem statement, you should be sure on the technology that you are going to work on in the SIH and form your understandings and the solutions of your problem statement according to that. So yeah.
So the next most awaiting questions from our student side is, what are the evaluation criteria for SIH?
Okay. So evaluation criteria. So first of all, there is an internal hackathon that you want to cross as your first step to get into the finale. So the internal hackathon consists of the teams that would be competing from your college, and there will be I think you have to select two problem statements for. So if there is a team, suppose team A, which consists of 6 members, you guys have to select two problem statements. Now out of so when the internal hackathon happens, you guys have to present both of your means solution to both of your problem statements that you are going to build in the finale. And it may happen that one of your solution may get selected to the finale, or both might not get selected. So that totally depends on how you perform in the internals. So you have to present your solution, what you are going to build in the finale in front of the judges in your college, and from there some teams would get the opportunity to represent the college in finale. Now, when you reach finale, so the judging there happens in 4 stages. So the judges, it's a 36 hours hackathon, and judges would come up to you in 4 stages. So the fourth round would be the finale round, like the last round, where you have to submit your solutions and all. And the judging happens in these three, mainly it happens in these 4 rounds. Now that can also vary according to the judges who are present at the centers. So that might totally depend. It can have also happen in 2 stages or 4 stages, or might it might take 6 stages also. That totally depends on the center. And yeah, Rishikesh, would you like to add more on this?
Yes, like one of the most important aspect here would be like when you are like crossing the first level of stage. Every time, the most important thing is going to be the presentation part. So
Hmm.
whether it is internal hackathon or whether it is going to be the main hackathon, at both the stages, what you would be dealing with, your best effort should be on presentation, because if you are not able to convey what you have built, it might be a very super heroic idea or solution, but if you are not able to convey the judge that what you have built and how it can affect masses, then it's going to be of no use, to be honest. So that's something which you should always be taking care of. So like the rest of the things like Atharva has already covered, so yeah.
Yeah, and adding more to it, so the internals is not internal hackathon in that you have to not develop any solution. Okay, so the developing part comes later. So first, your presentation skills are tested in internal hackathon. So the better you present, the better you have the chances to get into the finale. And the development part will come in the later stage when you get that 2 3 months of period and also the 36 hours hackathon. And at that time, you have to present your. So when the four judges come into that 4 rounds, you have to present your solution, what you have built in that 4 stages. So that is very required. So your presentation skills are, I think, more important than your development skills here. So that you should keep in mind.
Thank you, Athar Bhaiya and Rishikesh Bhaiya, for your valuable tips. Our students would definitely benefit from these tips as well. So the next question arising is registration process and dates for this year of SIH.
Yeah, the registration dates are the launch by the SH. The launch of the SH deadlines are from 23 August, and the registration and idea submission is till 30 September, and all the college SPOC has to organize the internal hackathon in their colleges, and the selected team will contribute in the final hackathon. Also all the teams have to submit their uh, idea presentation and the uh, abstract presentation to SPOC for the selection criteria. Also, the next idea evaluation is from 16 September to 15 October. In that process, uh, the SIH team, SS organizers will evaluate all the team ideas. How is this good for the hackathon, or hackathon or not? And also, the announcement of finalists is from uh, 1 October to 16 October. All the team will get a registration selected mail as they are selected for a SIH final team, or and the training of finalists is from 21 October to 31st October. Also, the grand finale of hackathon is from 3 November to 7 November. This is the tentative date, but the SIH will give the final date. Notify.
This truly means that we have a huge amount of time for completing the SIH. The next question would be, please highlight on the topic research and ideation, like how to brainstorm innovative solutions towards our problems.
Okay. So, whenever you see the problem statement, the main means before going to the even before going to the problem statement, you should, I think, proceed with the technology first. So if you are not aware of any technology, for example, you are not aware about AI, you are not aware about data science, blockchain, anything. So what I'll suggest is go through the problem statements that are listed and just see what all ideas you can build. So for example, there might be some of the other solutions that might be built around that particular problem statement. Suppose two, three problem statements, then you are going through them and just research about them, that how is the progress happening towards that problem statement in the current scenario, and what all things you can think more about that problem statement that you can add and can contribute to the latest trends. So after that, also you have to, since you are deciding that you can build this and this in your ideation phase, you should also think about adding that flavor of technology in your problem statement. So like if you have selected a problem statement of blockchain, for example, now you are thinking that okay, this is all this problem statement I have to build, but if you are not adding that flavor of blockchain to the problem statement, then there would be no use of that problem statement, right? So the main thing is you have to first, if you are seeing the problem statement, you are liking it, just research about blockchain for 1 2 weeks. What is that? Get the hold of that and try to add that flavor of blockchain in that. Try to research according to that in that problem statement area, what is the work around going on? Because if SIH is giving you the problem statement, they want you to build something around that. So there might be some or the other thing that might be happening in the current market. That's why they have put up that problem statement to you. So you should be aware of that latest trends and then go on and uh, focus more on your ideation phase and going towards your internal action.
I would just like to add another angle to this particular question. So, building an innovative solution starts with formation of the team. So, Atharva likely said that you may not be aware about a particular technology, but there can be a particular person who is aware about that particular technology, right? So you need to find out that particular person and add him to your team, and so that like he would be able to provide you a valuable contribution while you are building a particular project, right? So that thing is very very important. It's not always possible to have someone like who you have been knowing from longer period of time. Maybe it can be your college friends, or maybe it can be anything like your classmates. Sometimes it can be like you might be requiring someone who is very good at like a hardware component. So if you are building something mixture of like hardware and software, so you might want to pick a guy who comes from electronics background, and you can be the one who is responsible for building the software part. So you can always have a team with like different skill set. So that you are getting a good amount of people to choose. So it's going to be 6 members. So while you are choosing the 6 members, make sure that you have a diversified skill set, so that like each person would be able to contribute at their own level. So that's why, just like in cricket, like you need to have some like good batters and good bowlers, and also some good set of all rounders. So in similar way, you need to form your team. So that's going to be an another important thing when you think of building an innovative project.
Yeah, actually, this is a very good point, which Rishikesh said, because if I recall our team, so in our team, Rishikesh and I were from blockchain side, and the rest others didn't knew anything about blockchain. So what we had was, we have to select two problem statements. So so like four guys, they formed a solution around a ML problem statement, and Rishikesh formed a solution around a blockchain problem statement, and we presented both in the internal hackathons, where our blockchain solution got selected. So what happens is, after this, since we two had the expertise of blockchain, but the other rest four didn't. So what we did was, we two guys worked on the blockchain part, and the rest four guys worked on mainly the front end part while developing the solution. So this was a very diversified, this is a good example of diversified team. So you have a multiple people from multiple domains and can contribute in building your solution.
It was a great advice indeed. Thank you for sharing your insights in the journey of SIH. The next question would be, what happens after idea selection? Like, could you please give any tips for writing a compelling idea submission? And then, what is the process after submitting that idea?
Mhm. So this idea submission you must be talking about before the first round. That is very minimalistic, which most of you would be crossing, I would guess, because like it's going to be at college level. So most of you would be able to present it at least to the judges. So that thing is all fine. But what thing you would be presenting before the judges is right. So if you want to have a template, or maybe I would just jot down some points for you. So that thing should be covering like your idea should be always inclined right from the start to the end with the problem statement. You should not take them away from the problem statement at all. Whether like if you come from a good ML background and you are heavily implementing some like based models in your solution, but it is slightly deviating from the problem statement. Same can be in case with any other technology as well. So make sure you are always aligned with the main problem statement. Then the next thing would be you provide some proper timeline, good costing. Why is it cost effective if you are building a or competing with a solution which already exists? So there are multiple problems, but there are solutions to that as well. So how good your problem solution to that particular problem is. So you need to specify the costing which is going to take. What is the costing to build the project, as well as what is the costing to utilize that particular project, right? So time and cost are one of the most important things which you would always want to add into your project template, and these things are something which are easily missed by most of the ideations. So you should always have them apart from the common pointers which you always have. Yeah.
You just mentioned in the previous question that you formed a team. So, could you please highlight that? How did you choose your team, and how many were the developers and how many were the non-coders in that?
Yeah, so actually our story of team is quite different. Okay, so what initially happened was, we had the team of, so I and Rishikesh joined very late. Uh, like there was already a team of four people, and these guys just approached us and asked that can we join the SH team, and and Rishikesh discussed and said, okay, let's join, because we also had to participate in SIH, but we didn't get the chance previous year. So we formed a team of 6 guys, and we presented the internal hackathon, and we won also. But after that, I think when we were after the internal hackathon, so there was some, I don't know what happened in the team. So two guys decided to back off, and this actually created a quite problem in the team, because the if you want to change the team after internal hackathon and you are selected into the finale, it's quite tough process. And after that, we got two members, where one was Ayush in those two people, and we got a very good team. And if you are talking about the composition of the team, so I, Rishikesh, like most of them were developers. There was no one who was as a non-coder and who doesn't know any coding and all. But we already knew what we want to do. So, like as I told before, that since we got selected for the blockchain problem statement, so the blockchain part was mainly handled by Rishikesh and me, and the front end part and the integrations and all were handled by Ayush and the rest of the three guys. And it's not like we didn't do any development in the front end part. We also helped, since we were the seniors to four of them, we also helped them in some errors and all whatever they were getting, and solving some front end issues in that. So yeah, it was a learning process for them also, because these guys were juniors and didn't had so much of experience of building the projects. But yeah, saying that, we also learned something from them, because we guys were not good at front end, I and Rishikesh. So the front end part was mainly handled by Ayush and his team. So yeah, that was the part.
One small like addition to this, like it's quite a fun part, but yeah, it's very important because like it's going to be like 36 hours long hackathon. You would be traveling to some very odd places away from your town. Maybe like you would be doing a journey of 18 plus hours in most of the cases, and then you reach the final destination or where the hackathon is going to place. So it's always good to have some entertainer guy in your team who keeps your mood uplifted. And because like it's very important, like apart from some like you just ask like whether you have a techie guy or non-tech persons in your team
Mm,
as well, so always good to have a person who is like keeps the mood of the team uplifted. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we are the funny guy, the Rishikesh Bhaiya in
Okay.
our team. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
the
must thing.
most funny, yeah, the most funny guy, and also the most funny pic we have clicked of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Ice Cream
yeah,
King.
it has to be there. It has to be there when it's like it's just like in you are playing a test match and you have a fun part like what Virat Kohli is always does some dances or has some like good words while playing the
Yeah.
test match. So you need to have that fun part as well because like you may or may not win, but it should be some sort of memory which you carry throughout your
Mm,
life, right? So it should be always
yeah.
memorable.
It was great to hear that fun journey from your side as well. The next question would be, hackathons are intense and demanding. How did your team manage time, stress, and coordination to ensure that your solution was completed with the given time frame?
Actually, I was waiting for this question. So generally what happens, I'm talking now for the later stage. So when you are selected for the finale, I'm taking that scenario. So then you have that 2 3 months of gap. So what you can do is you can build, uh, like keep building some minute things around your problem statement, because you also know that building something in 36 hours is a bit tough if you are not that pro coders. Okay, so it's better that you get on some hands-on before the hackathon only. And this is not a some exception. Every team that comes in the hackathon comes with a pre-built solution, and what they do is whatever the changes are suggested by the judges in that 4 rounds, they generally do the changes at that moment of time. So if I recall our journey, we also had some pre-built solution, and we were very confident that whatever we had was going to be enough for the hackathon. But this was a very big mistake from our side. So when we reached the hackathon, the first round of before the first round of judging, we just normally ask the judges that we are planning to build this and this. We already had that built in our backend, but we just asked judges that since they were just roaming, and we just asked like, okay, we are planning to proceed ahead like this. They are like, no, this was not the meaning of problem statement. You understood it very wrong, and this was not meant to be built. And at that moment of time, I think every one of our team member got a bit of blank position. So like, okay, what to do next? And the 2 3 hours after that were like in a, it was just a havoc. Like, um, what to do, how to proceed now, and we just wasted, I think, our initial 4 to 5 hours. And after that, we sat together. Okay, let's decide on one solution. What we have to do next. And after that, we sat and just thought about the solution, and then we made it step by step. That okay, when we are having the round two judging, at that moment of time, we are planning to finish this. When we are having the round three, we'll finish this much, and we'll show the whatever we have made the progress. And uh, we did fair, and the other teams that were present apart from us, they were like already had the pre-built solution, and the solution was already aligned to the problem statement. So that was a good thing for them, and they only had to make some changes that judges were suggesting, but we had to actually build our solution at that moment of time in that 36 hours. Even if you can skip that 6 hours, because it went into that tension situation, like what to do next now. Okay, so you can say that we built the solution in 30 hours. So you have to be ready for this situation, because this is SIH. You have to be sure about that, because it's a national level hackathon, and you can't just go and sit around and win the hackathon like this. You have to get that pressure situation. You will get that intense situation in the hackathon, because even when the judges are judging the solution, they don't come and see like, please show me your solution. They don't do like this. Okay, they are like, what you have built. If you are not able to impress them in starting 10 to 15 seconds, you are gone there. They'll just sit around 1 minute, and they'll just walk off from your solution. So you have to be very impressive. You have to in that rounds of judging. So that is quite required, and the intensity is obviously quite high, because you have to showcase something in the round of judging. Otherwise, your marks gets deducted, or the other teams might get ahead of you in that situations. So yeah. Mm. Rishikesh, if you like to add more.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. You just talked about like pressure situations and all that stuff. So like Atharva already told our journey. So it's going to be just coming back to cricket. Like you have like two strategies. What if you win the toss? What if you lose the toss? Right. So we lost the toss. Whatever we prepare came with our strategy. We had to go completely opposite to that. So you need to have like that complete two strategies in your mind, very fixed. So that things are always going to be there. And two, like it would be some certain situation, certain very pressure situation which you might have never expected. It can not be in terms of technical part, but again coming back to like the realistic problems which we also face is like the food part and the sleeping part. You never know, you may be not getting to eat for the whole 36 hours. So I was one of them, because like there would in at such centers there would be only non-veg food available, and there won't be some veg food available. Make sure you carry some snacks with you, or else you would have to just be like me, that it's fine if I don't eat for a couple of days. So that thing is again going to be there. And sleep, yeah, like if you enjoy coding and all that stuff, like sleep is just an option. So I would leave it as an option itself. So these are some of the other things which you might have to deal with, and but it will be always like joyful and enjoyable.
Hmm. Yeah.
It was really an amazing journey of you. So the next question would be, like you highlighted the points, highlighted the challenges that you faced in the main day of hackathon. Could you please share some of the key challenges that you faced while developing your solution?
Yes, there were many actually. So as I told, our problem statement, what we built already was not aligning to our problem statement. So we had to actually start from scratch at that moment of time. And as I said, developing. So first of all, in the hackathon mindset, if you go to a offline hackathon, what matters is the environment that is surrounding you. If the environment is not that helpful and quiet, or means where you can work properly, you won't get that feeling to work properly. Okay, so our center was good in that point, if I'm saying. We got a very good environment, and also the, yeah, and one more important point was the internet. So usually in the offline hackathons the internet is very bad, and that's why you have to be, you know, be ready with your backup hotspots or something or the other, because that might affect your time also when you are building. Because if you are just you know busy in fixing your internet, that might affect your precious hours. Coming back to the implementation challenges, there were many. You are a developer and you will get so many errors, and solving them is like a very hard task also. So we are getting many errors since we are building it from scratch. It was quite complex, and also when the judges were coming, they were asking us so many questions, and so many of the suggestions were given by judges that what I'll say is, what we built in the fourth round, whatever solution we built in the fourth round, was because of the judges, because they gave so many suggestions that you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Are you trying to do this? Are you planning to do this? And they were just giving us some ideas that, okay, yes, we can proceed ahead with this or not. Okay. So that was a very good part from the judges also. Uh, but yeah, main task, if you are, even if you have built the solution, is to impress the judges. In till the third round, as I said, we were very bad. Okay, we were in the least position that we would be awarded as the winners. But in the fourth round, we had to, because judges also decide their mind when they are. I have been a judge and a mentor in some of the hackathons, and what you do is when you go for a 2-3 round visit, you generally decide your winner in first 2 rounds. You don't usually keep your third round. That you generally keep as a, some exception happens, because judges also know that if they are not able to build in 30 hours, what they'll build in just 4 to 5 hours and showcase to us, that can be a very imaginary situation. So in the third round, we were very bad. Like we were just rising constantly. That from round one to round three, we went ahead. But round four was the crucial round for us, because for other teams it was not, because they were already having some good feedbacks from the judges. But what we did was, when the judges came, they just were standing and just looking at our solution with a not very conscious mind. They were saying that okay, yes, okay, yes. But then we had to, convince judges. No, you sit with us. We'll tell you what you have built. And when we convinced them in the first, 1 minute, they were like really they found that solution very interesting, and they sat for 10 to 15 minutes in our solution, and that was the main part where we won the hackathon. So it's really necessary to impress the judges with what you have built, even if you are taking your even if you are taking your hackathon journey till the last round. So it's just like, since Rishikesh is giving those cricket examples, I'll also add, like, you can try it like Dhoni. He generally takes the game to the last over and generally handles the pressure. We also did the same. But I'll not advise you to do those things in hackathon, because uh, that can, affect your solution very badly. Because since I told we were constantly rising, that was a good part for us, but it may not be a good part for other teams. So what I'll suggest you is win the hackathon in the first 2-3 rounds, or there is a good chance that you can or might end up in the losing side.
Right. So this is
Yeah,
a good take. Like, yeah, just a couple of points, Ayush, before you add your thoughts to it. So just like
yeah,
what Atharva said, like not always judges would be directly. They won't be like telling you that okay, build this. they
Hmm.
would be talking something, and then from their talks or their whatever discussion is going on, you need to read between the lines and
Hmm.
get to know that, understand what they are actually looking for. So this is something which you might want to keep in mind whenever judges visit your desk. Over to you, Ayush.
Hmm.
Yeah, the same. I also want to contribute, but also I want to say that for implementation we need an environment. That Atharva Bhaiya said that. So yeah, actually we that the college we get the पवई इंस्टीट्यूट कॉलेज तो कॉलेज मतलब ऐसे बहुत सही था एक्चुअली वहाँ के टीचर्स में जितने फ्रेंडली थे लाइक वहाँ पे कुछ फोटोग्राफ्स निकालने थे हमें हमारे 3D वर्चुअल टूर के लिए सो वहाँ के
Hmm.
टीचर्स ने हमें लैब्स यूज़ करने दिए थे केमिस्ट्री लैब्स फिजिक्स लैब स्पोर्ट्स डिपार्टमेंट एंड सब कुछ यूज़ करने दिया था वो इन्वायरमेंट ऐसे मीन्स बहुत अच्छा क्रिएट हो गया था वहाँ पर एंड ऑल्सो दी वन मोर थिंग लेट वहाँ का जो ग्राउंड्स थे वो कॉलेज ही इतना बड़ा था वो कॉलेज के अंदर लेक्स थे एंड सब कुछ पूरा इन्वायरमेंट एक अच्छा बन गया था सो फॉर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन वी नीड अ बेटर इन्वायरमेंट्स एंड वो इन्वायरमेंट्स वो बहुत अच्छा था
Yeah, as Ayush added those points, the main point is if you want like some photos and all for your solution, I'd advise you to take it from the college only or anything. I think our college doesn't support that, but uh, even if you go to the centers and if they don't allow you, you might end up in being in that trouble situation. So it's may you should have a backup plan always ready for that. We were like, as I said, we didn't had any backup. That solution was decided on the go. So yeah, that the teachers were very helpful, and we also thank them that whatever we won because of your some help, we won the hackathon.
uh, not only the teachers the students of the colleges were also very interactive
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
वो चाय करके आ रहे थे अपने पास like I remember this thing and
Yeah.
also the night night activity the
Yes.
dance of the South Indians people
Yeah, and
that
we are just talking about intensity, but there is also fun things that happen in the centers because these guys they also know that you guys have to need something or the other apart from coding, that will keep you awake in the night. So in our center we had some loud songs that were being played, so we were not able to hear. We were just sitting like 5 to 10 meters and we were not able to hear each other. The sound was so loud. They wanted us to awake that yes, you take this 1 hour of entertainment and just go on with the hackathon. And they had some dance sessions and all. But we, since every team was participating in that, but we were just coding. We were coming and whispering in each other's ears since we were not able to hear each other. Yet you have to do this, you have to make this change and all, and we were just looking for some time and we were focusing on our coding because yeah, we had to build the solution around that. So that's why. So yeah, there is a fun part also apart from the intensity. It's not like you are in a very tense environment and you'll not get anything to enjoy. You will definitely get.
So, as you all are sharing your insights of the journey, I would like to ask Rishikesh Bhaiya a question. Bhaiya, you mentioned that you were the Virat Kohli of the team and you was the most funniest guy ever. So, could you
Okay.
please share some funny moments happened in the entire journey?
Like it depends. Like most of the times, I'm quite funny. It's like everybody knows. Like even during like classes, college days, at times like I just do anything. It's just spontaneous. So there is nothing planned as such. But yeah, like there was like because like at times like we were just clicking some random, getting our photos click random, and the outcome was really very funny. So it can be like just like because like I had nothing to eat, so I was just eating ice creams, and because that was there. So like because like they were saying like, okay, like we need to now code this and all that stuff, but like my ice cream was getting melted, right? So ice cream should be the priority at that time. So there was some just like dialogues thrown by myself. So just like for some normal basic funny stuff, nothing much hard and fast. But yeah, That's always there. So it's all spontaneous, nothing like planned or as such stuff.
So the next question would be, could you please share the latest techs or the latest tech trends in the hackathons used in the hackathons?
Right.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah, you
both
can
of
go.
us would be taking this question,
Yeah, please.
because like Atharva would be someone like who has got to know, got to get the not a virtual but like a in-person experience of this experience, like the projects around different tech stack. But if I just tell you that, yeah, AI is something which is the topmost trend at the moment. But at the same time, when it is running on the top track, we also have like different technologies, like cyber security is something wherein you can always focus, because like when we are talking about the top trends, we should also know that the competition is going to be equally strong when we talk about the major technologies. But at times a field which is getting which is neglected by most of the people, like cybersecurity, I wouldn't say that it is a neglected field, but majority of the people do not go after that particular such problem statements. So maybe you might want to be part of such certain problem statements which no one else is trying to solve, because when there is no opponent, you are actually going to be the winner, right? So you might have want to have certain strategies as well. So the different strategies around like or like technologies around like softwares would be for me AI, ML, blockchain. Blockchain is going to be always there, because like I come from that particular field, and like cybersecurity is again one of the topmost trend. So you might want to decide your own strategy. If you are very good at a particular technology, go for it. If you are not good in any technology, opt for something which is not opted by rest of the crowd.
Hmm, exactly. You should also see if you are not sure about the problem statement, always see that problem statement count which is taken by the teams. So there in the dashboard they show you the teams which have taken those problem statements. So you can see that if the competition is less, you have a good chance of winning. And since as Rishikesh said, the current trend is just going with the AI. So yes, if you are not aware about AI, you can start focusing on some other things, because the AI and ML are such technologies which are usually taken by many people. And these are the technologies since they are taught in college also. So, there is a high chance that people may opt for these technologies. Blockchain is something that is currently getting into colleges and all, and people might not go after that if you compare it with AI/ML. So yeah, cybersecurity is I think one of the most underrated domains which generally no one focuses on. So yeah, cybersecurity is also one of the good things that you can focus on. Yeah.
So the next question would be, what are the common mistakes that we as an innovators participating in SIH should avoid?
First would be getting too much confident if you know certain things. Uh, because it might happen that okay, you got a problem statement, you got a very good idea, and you are like yes, we'll definitely get in, but that usually doesn't happen. You should control your emotions in that part, and you should always try to think what other teams would have built or might be building. So you should always keep a track on that, and never just focus that okay, we have got a very good idea and will win only. So this you should not keep in mind. Second thing is timely deciding the development. If you are selected into the finale, you should first in the priority decide what you are going to build. Is it going to be an app? Is it going to be a website? Or is it going to be if you are building it, if you are just building it with some technology like blockchain and all, then you should select the blockchain and on which blockchain you are going to deploy your contracts, like that. So the major priority after getting into the that ideation, internal hackathon. After the internal hackathon, you should have major focus on your technology, because if you are not deciding the tech stack, it would take you time to learn the tech stack. And you, as Ayush said, the timelines of the SIH this time it seems very compact. I think, just have 1 or 2 months in between. So you have to be very sure on technology that you are going to proceed, because you can't change it at the end moment. Because if you guys don't know about app development and you guys have to develop an app that is required for your problem statement, then you guys don't have any choice. You guys have to proceed with some or the other, like Flutter, Android, anything. So that is what you have to keep in mind. Yeah. I think major mistakes we all know that we do in the hackathons, like the major focus should be on presentation. As I say, the thing that is neglected by everyone, as Rishikesh also said, that many solutions don't keep that focus on the presentations, and that only takes them down. So this is the thing that you should always remember. Also, the last thing that I'll say would be, never keep it till the last. We did, but you should not. If you keep it till the last, it would be very haphazard and it would be very tedious. So you should never keep till the last, and you should always try to finish it. Like, it's a 36 hours hackathon, try to finish it in the 30 hours hackathon. Keep that target as a milestone, that your hackathon timing is just 30 hours. So that 6 hours you get as a buffer. So even if you are left with something, you will finish in that 6 hours by taking a time of 1 or 2 hours, and then you can proceed ahead with your presentation. Yeah.
So, as you shared all the mistakes that we shouldn't commit, so could you please share the tips so that for handling the mistakes?
Yeah,
Rishikesh.
it would be just like having some good code snippets ready before you go on to actually to the hackathon's place. You should have some good components ready, and you just stitch the final product, right? Because like you don't build the bat when you go on to while batting, right? So you need to have your like all weapons and tools ready. You would won't be doing like, okay, I will just install Node.js right now in my laptop. So you should have all those tools and technologies already installed in your device. Go with some good devices which don't hang much, because time is going to be a constraint here. That's going to be the thing. And some tips would be just like just enjoy what you're building. Make sure, don't try to build something very very extraordinary. Always remember, it's going to be used by masses. You are building for the government of India, so it should be your solution should be running across all the various geographical locations in India. So you need to take care of that thing as well. So just go and enjoy your heart out there. That would be my closing points.
So, my next question would be, how did you ensure that your solution is innovative and stands out from others?
Yeah, I guess like this is what we have been talking all the time throughout the session. It's going to be like it can be a technological part, how you are utilizing the modern technology and using that technology, how you are solving the particular problem, or maybe how you are building the project very very cost effective, because like that's going to be the very very constraint for each and everyone. It can be from the judges as well. So you need to be very looking into, if you don't use any buzzing technology as such, it's not necessary, to be honest. You can always build a cost effective or time effective solution.
Yeah. And one more thing would be, most of the teams don't focus on planning what they have to build. So what most of the teams, since I've been judge and mentor in some of the hackathons, I'll tell you the experience. So whenever you go out for a hackathon, you should always have some plan what you have to build. Always spend, like, if you have, even if you're in like 10-hour hackathon, for example, let's skip the 36 hours. Even if you are having those 10 hours, spend 1 to 1.5 hours initial on build on thinking what you are actually planning to build, and what all features would be there in your application, and what all components you would be showcasing to the judges. Okay, so this is fairly required, because you just many of the teams what I've seen, no, they just directly start and code. They don't generally don't design what they are planning to show, and then after spending like 10 hours on 15 hours on the that solution, they say that, oh no, this feature was not required, and that precious hours gets wasted because of that. So the main suggestion from me would be to first go and focus on planning the things and then going on with the development, because coding is not that hard. Thinking about the app, how it will look and how it will proceed ahead with the flow, that is mandatory.
So it was indeed a great journey of all of you. So I would like to ask that do you want to give some advice to your juniors as well?
Like that thing would be again to the juniors who are just getting started. Maybe some of you would be in your early colleges, maybe first year, second year. So it's a great opportunity to get interacted with the other part of India, and also you get to talk with some of the students who have been studying in some most prominent institutes like IITs and ITs. You would be competing with them, so it's again a greater opportunity for you all. So that thing will again be there. And definitely when you have a team, like a diverse team, you have some seniors inside your team as well, so you get to learn some good technology, some good skills, and some good management and all that stuff. Maybe Ayush would agree with me, I hope so. And because he was one of the junior in our team, so that things would be going to be there. So just go, have a good experience, and that's what I would love to say.
Yeah, what I'll say is, uh, when you're forming a team, like I think you should not focus much on your friend circles also. So if you know that your friend circle is uh, not that on the building side of the solution and all, and they don't focus much on that. See, having a fun part in the team is a different thing, but in the final, you have to show the solution to the judges, right? So don't focus much on the friend circle that, yeah, this is my friend. I'll go and form a team with him. See, you have so many options. Okay, you can form a team with your seniors who are more experienced than you, who know more about the industry experience because they might have done some internships and all. So they will teach you the best practices. Like in our case, what I remember is I since I had some internship experience, I usually used to tell Ayush and all that, no, you have to name the folders like this because it is a readable. If you have to use the variable names like this because it's readable, then you have to use GitHub like this. So you get to learn many things. Okay, when you are forming a team with seniors, so it's not like uh, just form a team with your friends and there is no point. There was no point in the final that you could not form a solution only around that. So it's always good to find some teammates who would actually help you grow better in your team, because these opportunities you get very less in colleges, and you should utilize it very means you should utilize them very nicely. So that would be my final suggestion.
It was a great advice and a life lesson for all of us out there. So, as we come to the end of this session, I would like to request all the community audience to just post their queries in the chat section if they possess any, so that we can move forward to our session.
Actually, I think there was a question. What was your problem statement? So our problem statement is the geotagging of all the educational institute integrated with virtual tour on the Bharat map, so that the students and parents can visit any part of the country on the map and take a virtual along the faculty's courses available across the country. Actually, the this problem statement means कि अभी जो admissions थी अपने college में first years की, so the जैसे CET से कुछ नहीं, CET नहीं, but at the admission in IIT, लाइक कोई नॉर्थ का बंदा साउथ में एडमिशन करना चाहता है तो उसे को ट्रैवल बहुत करना पड़ेगा, एंड ट्रैवल में एक्सपेंस भी जाता लगेगा. So for this, we have built a solution that the north side student can sit in the home and take a virtual tour of any colleges across the country. So this was a problem statement, and we have built this solution for this.
Do the audience have any questions left for our speakers? They can post their questions in the chat section as well. Guys, make the most out of it, as these three are the winners of SIH 2022. So please grab all the insights you all need for your preparation as well.
I think they don't have any question. Yeah, I think the question is first question is how can we make a group with seniors?
Oh,
Yeah,
so this this is totally a networking part. You can just approach to your seniors and ask them if they're uh, uh, planning to get into SIH, and are they planning to build some solution around it. So you can just casually go and ask to your seniors. And also, so this can also happen. You might see some of the seniors active on LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter. You can just casually go and ask them that, Bhaiya, I'm participating in SIH, and are you also planning to participate? So we can form a team. And if you guys have a very good diversified uh, team, then yeah, you can form a good team with seniors. That's totally a networking part. Okay, you have to approach you. You just can't say that I won't approach to and senior should approach me. This will not happen. Right?
Like that's all about like SH, na. You get to interact and you need to
Right.
break that ice with across every level. It can be with your seniors. It can be someone in your class whom you have never talked in your whole college life. So like it's all about like interaction. So yeah.
The next question arises from our audience is, what was your initial approach to the problem statement?
Okay, so we first, like Ayush told you about the problem statement. So we first tried to build a type of metaverse thing, and which was static, you can say, static metaverse that we tried to build. But as Ayush said in the last part, the problem statement actually stated that the guy should be able to interact with the college authorities. Also, he should be able to see the live college. Okay, means how is the college in real. Okay, so he should be able to visit. For example, if I'm sitting here and I want to visit IIT Bombay Sports Campus, So I should see it from here only directly. Okay, because if you have to take admission in IIT Bombay, you obviously have to go to Bombay. You have to go to IIT Bombay, and then you can go and visit their campus. But if I have to do those things in like a thing like COVID happened, you can't go and travel. So you have to sit in front, sit at your home and have a tour to your college, to your college in which you want to take the admission. So that's what the solution actually meant was, and we actually understood it wrong, that we just have to show some metaverse things uh, and we would be okay, but it was not like that. So that was the thing. So we went there and built a solution around that. So judges actually told us that you have made the wrong approach to the statement, and that's why, as in our discussion, we had that thing that we had to capture some photos and videos of the colleges, of the respective college. So yes, we did approach in that direction after the having some feedback from the judges, and eventually we went on approving as we were getting the feedbacks from the judges. No, this is not required, or this is required, or judges say some things indirectly. You have to understand those things, and for that, some experience of seniors is also required. So I would suggest that you should always have one senior in your team, or uh, or some experienced guy who is participating in hackathons and all.
The next question is, are there any rules regarding you have to use a particular software?
I could not recollect as such. I think no, as of to my knowledge, I don't know. If there are some restrictions, they would obviously mention it in problem statements. But I don't think there is any restriction to use any of the things. You can obviously go on with your. Obviously, you can't copy someone's code and showcase it there. You have to just keep that in mind. Only you have to focus is you can take the open source codes that are available, and you can proceed ahead with your solution. No issues for that.
There is also a question that there are many problem statement out there. How to sort and find best fit for us?
So that totally depends if you are aware about some technologies. So if you are aware about data science background and you are actually having some good knowledge about that, good means basic knowledge about data science and all. So you should eventually try to figure out something in the data science space because you have that knowledge. Also, if that also can differ according to your team. Now if you're forming a team with someone who has a good knowledge in blockchain, so as I said, our team was also like that. So we had two problem statements around, one was around data science and one was around ML and one was around blockchain. So you guys can also approach accordingly. And if you don't have any knowledge, any technology knowledge, what you can do is just go on with the problem statements as they come up, because they eventually come up very means they eventually keep on coming, I think, problem statements. So you can just go and visit the problem statements. Are they suiting your knowledge? Are they suiting your idea of what you want to approach for building something in a national level hackathon? And if yes, then you see the concerned technology, like, okay, there is a blockchain technology, for example, used in that solution. So then you can go and read about blockchain, and then you can formulate your idea around that problem statement.
The last question is, what would be the ideal roadmap for first year students to be a blockchain developer?
Uh,
This is
Rishikesh, you
the
want to
most
take this?
relevant question to
Yeah,
you
okay,
guys
I will
here.
take it up. I will take it up. Yeah, though I'm having one of the saddest news happening, but yeah. It's like if you want to become a blockchain developer, first things first, you need to have very good basic knowledge of coding. That's going to be the only prerequisite which you required. Next step would be you can start learning JavaScript. which will form the very base, because like without JavaScript you won't be able to progress much further. You would be able to progress further, but having a JavaScript knowledge is always helpful. So learn JavaScript first. Then after you are done learning JavaScript, you might want to progress ahead with learning Solidity programming language, which is used for like almost most of the available EVM compatible blockchains. Apart from that, the another programming language you might want to learn is Rust, which is used by some another set of blockchains which exist as of today. So once you are familiar with the Solidity, and before even learning Solidity, make sure do you have very good solid base foundation layer for what exactly blockchain is, how blockchain actually operates, what are the different consensus mechanism. These are just some of the very basic and daily use terms in blockchain when you actually build a particular project around it. So make sure you have thorough knowledge of it. Then you can start learning or jumping into the practical part, like learning Solidity programming language. Then there are different ERC standards which are available. Learn about it. Then the next step would be build your own decentralized application. So building a decentralized application, here you would be actually requiring some knowledge of JavaScript and also the knowledge of Solidity to write your smart contracts. Then you can like just like when we were child, so we used to learn the cursive writing just by tracing the curves on those like notebooks. We had some like textbooks wherein we used to practice writing ABC just by tracing down the dotted curves of an alphabet, right? Similar way, you can just make and break any repository of which has built a demo like DApp. You can always visit my GitHub repo for the same. There are plenty of like templates ready-made available. So just go break it, make it, and that's how you would be able to build your own DApp. That's how exactly I learned front end and all the related tech stack as well. So making and breaking is something which at times help. And once you are able to build DApp, start participating various Web3 hackathons available, start to know about the different protocols which are revolving around blockchain, whether it can be push protocol, Bioeconomy, it can be like a ZK stuff, it can be like even like identity layer stuff like Polygon ID is there. There are different protocols which are happening around. So then learn about these different protocols, and maybe then just take up some good internship, and then you are all set to enter the Web3 world.
So, do we have any other questions from you guys as well, the community audience? So, before moving towards the vote of thanks, all the members that are maybe hesitating or something like that, you can directly connect with Blockchain Chapter or on social media or WhatsApp groups. So, the last question is, could you please explain your solution to the problem statement in detail? A question arises.
Oh, our solution to our problem statement, right? What we made.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, the problem statement was, so like I will just explain you in a type of story. So I am sitting here and I want to take admission in college. So, let's suppose that college is IIT Bombay. Now, since consider this era as an COVID era where I cannot travel to IIT Bombay as of now. So even you can consider post COVID era where we cannot means now we can travel, but consider the fact that I don't have that much money and all that I can go to IIT Bombay and spend some time there till the admission process happens. Consider this fact. So what I want is I have sitting at my home, I should be able to look around the IIT Bombay campus. Like whenever our parents visit to our college or school, anywhere, they would first see the campus. They would see the how are the classes, how are those things and all, right? How is the college buildings there? There is a canteen and all. So they won't want to see the college campus, right? And this they should be able to do while sitting at your home. Okay, and that's not a anything you have made like in metaverse. You should be able to see that in real. How does the real block IIT Bombay looks? Okay, that you have to showcase, and you should be able to travel inside the classes and see, means whatever information is being put up by IIT Bombay onto that website. You should be able to see properly, like how are the classes, how are those things, and all. So that's what our solution was, and we built a solution to this where so it was like any student can come onto our website and just select from map of India. There was a map of India on our website, and he can just select his state. He can select his district where his college is. Suppose I'm clicking on Maharashtra, then Mumbai, and there it would show the list of colleges that are in Mumbai. Okay. And suppose I select IIT Bombay, so then I have to proceed on with my login details and all, and there then I can interact. I can see how what all details are being provided by IIT Bombay. Also, this feature was there, but what the extra part that we built was we can also interact with the there are some admission officers that are sitting in every colleges or schools whenever you parents visit for any college visit or school visit. So you can just have a interaction with them, because some doubts you have when you visit to the college, so that you needs to be get that needs to resolve. So as we are talking, just like in a meet form, we also built our own meet system where you can uh, interact with the college authorities, and you can have some discussion. They can screen share and they can showcase some documents to you, that these are the documents that you will need to proceed ahead with and all. So yeah, this was our solution.
The next question is, one have to practice coding by himself or college will provide any support?
Coding. So,
Okay.
Rishikesh will take it.
Like coding is something, it's a skill. Okay, so one, the college might teach you about the algorithms, college might teach you about how you write down some popular code snippets, but coding is something, a skill which you have to practice and develop itself inside your bloods. So if coding is not inside your bloods, then like you may not go a long way. So like it's just a skill, like you just play daily, and then only then you get to play good cricketing shots, right? So just like it's just on similar notes, coding also you need to keep practicing, get to know about like different algorithms, write them down, try to experiment, keep experimenting, face some errors, fall in love with errors, because heart is also red, errors are also red, so just fall in love with them. And yeah, so that's how exactly you learn coding and you build the solution. So all in all, like college maybe just providing you the initial push, but rest things depends on you.
Yeah, you should also, you are in the age group of like around 20s now, and like 19s and 20s, and you should not be now, you should be getting out of that habit of depending on someone. You should get into the habit of, practicing the things on your own, facing the errors and how to solve them. So this also teaches you a life lesson. So in the life you will face some issues, and that you have to solve by your own only. No one would come at the later stage. So it's just like life and coding are same. So you can take it.
So, do the audience have any further questions for our guest? So let's move towards the vote of thanks of this session. It was a great session indeed. I personally learned a lot from you guys as well. So before moving towards the vote of thanks, I would like to add on the points that do if the audience have any query or any questions, you can definitely reach out to the blockchain chapters WhatsApp group or the community group as well. So let's begin with the vote of thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and all our fellow innovators, as we draw the curtains on this insightful and inspiring interview session with the exceptional winners of the Smart India Hackathon, I am truly honored to stand before you and extend a heartfelt vote of thanks. First and foremost, a big round of gratitude to our esteemed guests, the SIH winners themselves. Your presence today has illuminated our screens and embark on their own journey of innovation. A special note of appreciation goes to our dedicated audience, both near and far. Your presence has transformed this live stream into an interactive platform for learning, sharing, and celebrating innovation. I would also like to extend our sincere gratitude to the entire team of Blockchain Chapter RCOEM. Last but not the least, to each and every individual who tuned in today, you are the heartbeat of this event. As we conclude this interview, let's carry forward the spirit of innovation, collaboration, and determination that we have witnessed today. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this remarkable journey. Stay inspired, stay curious, and keep believing in the power of innovation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Axel. You are a good host.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Bhaiya.